action.
Oh yeah, that felt good. First time I've ever used one of them, believe it or not.
Mate, I've never seen one in person.
Have you not?
No, I've just assumed that it's
Oh,
some sort of movie trick.
We used to have them in college, but hang on one sec.
Are you getting the recording?
We've got to turn our fancy light on. We have a fancy light. We've got to use it. Mainly so, I guess so that people don't come in.
Yeah.
Little light outside the studio. It tells everyone we're recording for the first time.
First time. Eight Size Podcast.
Well, I guess we should introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm Jordan from, yes, Jordan does UFC, even though I don't actually physically do it. I just talk about it. Been doing content since November of 24.
Yeah, and I'm George from G-Man Row. I do a lot of historical UFC content, Pride content. I've started in August of last year. It's been 10 months. And
10 months?
Yeah, just hit 100 episodes on that Worst Beatdown series.
It's a good series. A good idea, actually.
Yeah. Well, I just figured it's like a niche, isn't it? It's something that... Because a lot of people, they'll do predictions, they'll do kind of covering of like UFC as of now.
Yeah, right now, yeah.
You don't really get guys talking about Elvis Sinisic and Babalu Sabral and Pete
No, I've
Williams.
never even heard of these guys. Never.
Australian pioneer, Elvis Sinisic, legend. He actually commented on that video I made of him. It actually wasn't about him. It was about Tito Ortiz versus Chuck Liddell. Their first fight at UFC 47.
Oh wow, that's going back.
This is 2004. So
what are we on now? 329 coming up.
Yeah,
International Fight Week.
Yeah, which is, I mean, this was back when the UFC was still hemorrhaging money. Like this is before the Ultimate Fighter.
Was this before Dana White?
Dana White came into the UFC. UFC 30 was his first event.
Was that with the Fertitta brothers?
With the Fertittas,
With the
yeah.
Fertitta,
So that was 2001, start 2001 maybe. But yeah, that was their first event. They were still hemorrhaging money at this point.
They like hemorrhaging money.
And they do, yeah. And
even now, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
They just got a lot more of it to hemorrhage.
That is very true. Yeah, with TKO and...
Well, the financial backing they have now is just ridiculous.
It's a lot.
TKO is a Saudi investment group. They've got more money than sense, more money than water. And then also now with the backing of the Paramount Plus deal, even more money in the pot. Hopefully the fighters see the benefit of that.
I'd say hopefully we haven't seen that yet. At least not with the lower level fighters.
Well, not that we know of.
No.
I mean, we've seen the bonuses increase, which is interesting.
Mm.
I thought we'd see a lot more knockouts off the back of it, but I still feel like it's the same.
They're changing the rankings now to be say based on performance as opposed to opinion. I don't know how that's really going to.
I don't think it was based on opinion in the first place.
Yeah.
I thought it was based on performance. If you beat the ranked 5 guy, you become ranked 5.
I mean,
is that not the most logical thing to do?
Yeah, but I mean, how was Colby Covington able to stay, as a top ranked fighter for so long despite losing and not fighting?
Because he's got dirt on someone. He must do. It's the only logical explanation that he has dirt on someone.
Let's say, well, he's in RAF now, so...
Alright, hold that conversation. I just realised that is blocking my face.
All good?
I took that up. There we go.
Perfect. Yeah, can we get you... Because that's the money maker, right?
That is the money maker.
Yeah.
This is the first one. There's going to be teething problems.
Yeah, there's going to be a little bit. But because it's our first one, I did want to kind of decorate the set a little bit. Obviously, we've got the
logo.
The logo right there. Very minimalistic.
Put it on a trading card.
Yeah. Very Ilya Taporia-esque, which was what we were going for. But I got a few little things that... just to help kind of, decorate the space.
The ambience.
Yes.
You got pins. It's like a corkboard back here. You can put...
Yeah.
I kind of forgot, if I'm honest. So, I left in a rush this morning. I made sure I had all the equipment.
I made sure I had this because this is my pride and joy. This is... Show the camera.
Who made that?
That is by Who Da Funk on Instagram. He is a artist who does a lot of portraits for a lot of old school UFC fighters, and that is my dad, not really, Dom Fry, and an absolute legend of the game.
For a brief second, I thought it was.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I'd say Dom Fry, aka Thrag from Invincible. He is absolute legend. 2-time UFC tournament winner.
Yeah.
Only fought in the UFC for 1 year as well, despite the fact that he
was it?
Yeah, He was 10-1 in the UFC, and he did all of those fights in the span of a year, 1996, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
People
used to fight multiple times a night back then, though.
Yeah, he fought. Yeah, those tournaments, he fought I think he fought in 3 tournaments overall that year. But yeah, he'd fight in 3 times a night. Mental.
That's ridiculous.
So yeah, got Dumfry there from Who Da Funk. Shout out to him. And then
I feel unprepared now. Show me up.
That's fine. Old school UFC mascot. Ultiman.
A bobblehead.
A bobblehead.
A UFC bobblehead.
Got a fucking...
That must be from the 90s. That's got the old logo in. Oh no, it's a mixture of both logos, isn't it?
Oh yeah. So this is... Ugh.
It's going to make a mess of our studio now.
Really
polystyrene everywhere now.
So, only a few seconds in. There we go. Beautiful.
It's a choking hazard.
Yeah.
So don't swallow it. That is
cool,
really cool. I mean, it does look a little bit like Matey Boy from... What was that film? Monsters vs. Aliens.
Yes.
Megamind.
That's it. Yeah.
Is he going to be in shot? Yeah, he's
just,
in shot.
Just the white Megamind, yeah.
White Megamind. That's...
Yeah, it's the original mascot until UFC 30.
I didn't know they had a mascot.
Yeah.
My UFC knowledge does not go back that far.
That was the face of the UFC for years, through the dark ages. And then, quite a few different things. Just take these.
Are these what I think they are?
What do you think they are?
VHS tapes.
VHS tapes of Mark back then, before he was known as the Smashing Machine. He was known as the Specimen, because fucking, look at him. Absolute fucking unit. And these are videotapes of Mark Kerr's seek and destroy, no holds barred striking training drills and conditioning exercises.
It's actually sad how a lot of people listening to this will not know what VHS tape is, and if they do, they've never ever used one.
No.
And let me tell you how much aggro a VHS is or was. Be grateful for things like Spotify. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And YouTube. You used to watch something, and if you want to watch it again, you have to take it out and rewind it. You rewound it with a special tool, and you put it back in and go again. Now, this was before the days of being able to pause, being able to rewind something. If you want to rewatch something, no chance.
I mean, we had Blockbuster back then, where they had like a rewind machine that you'd stick it in.
Yeah. The rewind machine was cool.
Yeah.
This was like early 2000s. But even before, well, these are before that.
That would have been the because he made his UFC debut at UFC 14. In this way,
yeah.
He fought against a guy called Moti Horenstein, who's an Israeli Krav Maga expert.
Oh no, we don't talk about Krav Maga.
I don't think we talk about Israel either. But
no, we don't.
Let's not get too political.
Let's not get political.
It's only our first podcast.
Let's stay well away from that. We don't want to get, but we will get onto it a little bit because we'll talk about the White House cards soon. But I wanted to touch on how you got into UFC.
Yeah.
What was your first event? How did you start watching it? And what made you fall in love with UFC?
Okay, so first time I ever laid eyes on the product itself was UFC Undisputed 2009.
The game.
Is that
with Brock Lesnar on the cover?
So that had Forrest Griffin on the cover.
Forrest Griffin on the cover.
Brock Lesnar was on the cover of 2010.
Yeah.
So first time I ever got eyes on it was browsing Xbox 360 Marketplace, seeing what was on there, and I saw the demo for Undisputed 2009, and the only 2 fighters you could play as were Shogun Rua, Mauricio Shogun Rua, and the Iceman, Chuck Liddell.
Right, the only 2 characters?
Only 2 characters you could play as on the demo.
Oh, on the demo, right.
Yeah. So, and that came out like about a month before it released, and I played that so much. It was amazing. Right. And I was playing it and I was thinking, oh my God, this can't be legal. This has to be some sort of underground fight stuff, like some sort of niche sport. And I just got into it and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. I bought the game on the release day, and I played it so much, and I learned all the fighters, went on their Wikipedia pages.
Right.
And one of my best friends at the time, he's still my best friend to this day, a guy called Jez, we started training together. Right. And it was in Birmingham, and there was a place that had opened up. Okay, I saw that little. I don't appreciate that, but it's a lovely corner of the world, Birmingham. Thank you. And
just
gotta know where to go in Birmingham, so you don't.
Yeah, out.
Oh, this is on the edge, so this is more towards Worcestershire. So,
Yeah, Worcestershire's all right.
Yes, that's a nice kind of like right on the
Yeah.
living on the edge, which is ironically the slogan of Birmingham.
Yeah,
Live
about
on the
right.
edge. But it was a place called Elements MMA that had opened up, and it was a gym that was created by none other than UFC referee Mark Goddard.
Oh, was it his one? Was it?
Yeah. So he'd obviously had his professional career at that point.
Yes.
And-
Well, yeah, he did fight, didn't he?
Yeah, and he had that, and then he transitioned into refereeing. This was still early in his refereeing days.
Right. Yeah.
And he did. He opened up this gym, which has now become 10th Planet Birmingham.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's one of the 10th Planet affiliate gyms. Mick Broster's the head coach, black belt and Dirty Bravo.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, he was the head kind of honcho for about a year, and then when the UFC came to Birmingham for 105, Randy Couture versus Brandon Vera, he reffed that main event. It was the first UFC main event he'd ever reffed, and from then on, his career took off
massively.
In the refereeing stuff, and then I think he gave the gym away to a guy called Chris Gary, who's one of the who was like a top UK bantamweight at the time.
Right.
And then he got affiliated with 10th Planet Birmingham. And so you've got 10th Planet Redditch, 10th Planet Birmingham, and 10th Planet Banbury. It's kind of like the triangle.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my initial start to begin with, and I just started training and doing jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai.
And you hadn't watched UFC by this point?
No, I had watched UFC, so it was like maybe a year of me being invested in the product.
Yeah.
And then the gym opened in 2010.
Right.
And I was one of the first members there.
Oh, nice. And what was the first event you watched?
First event I watched was first full event was 101. That was BJ Penn versus Kenny Florian, and in the co-main event, Anderson Silva versus Forrest Griffin at light heavyweight.
Anderson Silva as a co-main is criminal.
Yeah, well, he did move up. He was champion, but he moved up to light heavyweight.
Right. Yeah.
And he fucking destroyed Forrest Griffin in one round. It was.
Fucking hell.
That will be on my worst beatdown series. It's so one-sided.
Yeah, it should be.
It's so one-sided. But the first fight I ever watched was Frankie Edgar versus Sean Shirk at UFC 98.
Yeah.
And that was before Frankie Edgar, before he became champion.
Before he took off, yeah.
And before he really took off. I think he beat Tyson Griffin at this point, lost to Gray Maynard, but had that performance against Sean Shirk, and it really elevated his
massively.
status. Yeah.
Well, mine's more of a traditional route.
Right.
Was obviously Conor McGregor. There's many of us, so I can't be judged for it.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't judge anyone by how they got into MMA.
Well, what it was you saw this guy on Instagram and you see all these clips coming out about him, and you think this guy is so funny. This was like before he won the belt off Aldo, and then you see the build up to Aldo, but again was more interested in his character. I didn't really care about the fights. And then the Habib commotion came about, and it was the trolley incident where he threw the trolley at the bus, and I was like, wow, these guys don't like each other. And then all the press conferences from there, I remember waking up after press conferences, like, Conor McGregor versus Habib press conference highlights, and just sat there watching them, just laughing with this guy. I found him hilarious, and I was like, okay, Googled like, when's Conor McGregor next fighting? It was the 19th of October. I was like, I could watch that. And then the date came around, and I was like, right, it starts at 3 a.m. And I didn't know anything about it, so I just thought starts at 3 a.m. That's what it said on Google, so it must be that's when the fight is. Done a bit more research, found out that fight doesn't start till like 5:30 in the morning. And I was like, oh, I'll just wake up early.
Yeah, the downsides of being a UK fan.
Massive downsides. But then I found out that it was a pay-per-view, and it was only 20 quid, but I refused to pay 20 quid to watch one fight. So I was like, I'll pay the 20 quid, but I'll wake up at 3 and I'll watch all the fights leading up to it.
Nice.
And I was semi interested in boxing, as in I was aware of the sport. If someone interested was fighting, I would find out who won, and I'd watch the clip to see if it was a knockout or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'll watch all the fights. How bad can it be? I've seen like highlights of Conor McGregor, and it looks good to watch. And the first fight I remember, I woke up 3 a.m, woke my missus up. She was fuming. She's like, can you shut up? Like, why is your alarm going off at 3 a.m? I was like, just go back to sleep. Don't worry about it. Put it on, and it was I feel like there was a women's fight, but the first fight that sticks out in my memory was Derek Lewis versus Volkov.
Yeah.
And I just remember finding this guy, this athlete, absolutely hilarious. This big guy, shouldn't call him it, but he's fat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is actually hilarious. And he's getting pretty much battered all fight. And then in the third round, he gets hurt. This is when he hurts to the body, fakes it. Whether he does on it's true or not, I don't know. And then he just lands this massive overhand right, and Volkov gets knocked out. He does this celebration. He gets on the mic, takes off his shorts, and I'm like, I love the sport.
Yeah,
that was it. And then I watched I think it was, I want to say it was Tony Ferguson, Anthony Pettis on that card. I'm sure they were the co-main.
I have a feeling they were, yeah, because
I remember watching that fight. I was like, this is so good. And then I watched obviously the main event, which was a good fight. And then because I was a proper Conor McGregor fan, I didn't want this Habib guy to win. I don't want him to win. I want my guy to win. Obviously, he didn't. And then from there, I didn't watch UFC for a whole year. I weren't interested in anyone else, and it hit lockdown, I think. So it might have been a little bit later, because that was 2018 and lockdown was 2020. So it might have been 2 years I didn't watch UFC for. It was me. I moved in with my missus and her family so we could be together during lockdown, and it was me, her brother, and her dad. Because you weren't doing anything, you weren't tired come the evening, you weren't tired come bedtime. So I was like, boys, there's this thing called UFC on. Like, do you want to watch it? And they were like, oh yeah, is that like Conor McGregor's thing? I was like, yes, he's not fighting, but the guy who beat him is fighting. It was no, sorry, it was at that event was Gaethje versus Ferguson.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, no, they're fighting for the same belt. It's for like championship. And they were like, yeah, we'll watch it. So we stayed up all night watching this event. And then the beat down that Justin Gaethje put on Tony Ferguson, which should be on your series, by the way, at some point, because that's a beat down and a half. And again, we were all hooked. And then from that point, again, lockdown didn't have anything to do. Every Saturday we were watching UFC, and this is when it went over to Abu Dhabi. So the times weren't Fight Island. That's it. Yeah. So the times were bad because they put it on late in Abu Dhabi to appeal to the American audience still, but it was still a tad earlier. So we watched that, and then we watched Habib versus Gaethje, and literally from there, can probably count on one hand how many events I've missed. Nice. Literally just fell in love with it, and now I make content on it. Now I've got a podcast about UFC. So I was always a massive football fan, massive. I never thought anything in my life that something would overtake football in terms of how I view it. I've always thought that football would be my number one sport.
So who do you support then?
I don't know. Don't know if I want to say that.
You can say it.
I'm a Man United fan. God, who do you support? Birmingham. Yeah, fuck off.
It's not going to be Villa. Come on, like I have standards.
What championship?
Yeah. Used to be League One. Those were my standards.
That is true. Yeah.
What, the Carling Cup 2011?
God, Carling Cup. That was a throwback.
Relegated same season.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah,
it's the being a Birmingham City fan. You just got to.
You got to ride with the waves.
I was indoctrinated into it.
Yeah, to be fair, if you're born into it, it's alright.
I wanted to be a Villa supporter when I was first getting into football, and my dad said, "That's not happening."
You should not like your dad right now. These should be in Europe. You'd have a trophy to look after.
No, it's nice to every 40, 60 years win a trophy. Makes it feel special.
You might see one in your lifetime if you're lucky.
I was at Wembley for that, so beat Arsenal 2-1.
Wow.
89th minute over Femi Martins.
I used to love Femi Martins. He went to Newcastle.
Yeah, he did.
Anyway.
Newcastle Sounders.
UFC podcast, by the way.
But you got does football as well. Jordan does football. So.
I do have a football account. Yeah, I do have a football account, which I've recently started, which is doing okay. Yeah. Very different to the UFC space. It's a lot more like watered down than UFC is, and there's a lot of people making football content, and I think there's not as many people making UFC content. I think people should, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Definitely.
UFC content. There's a big pool of fans with a very small pool of. How do I say this without being massively offensive? There's a lot of people not making great content on UFC. And there's a very small group of people making really good content on UFC.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of mistakes that people are like, as horrible as it is to say, and I'll say the truth. If you're thinking about starting one, unfortunately, making videos on your predictions will never do well, because why would, again, greatest respect, and I'm in the same boat. I'm not saying I'm in the same boat. I'm not saying I'm in the boat of people will listen to my predictions, because I don't make that kind of content. But why would someone listen to your predictions when you've got a couple hundred followers, when there's people like MMA Guru who people have already built their trust with?
Yes.
And that's who they're going to go to for predictions. They're not going to go to you. So making unique style content inside the UFC space is absolutely the way forward.
Yeah. And predictions, they can really kind of like, they don't have any sort of longevity there.
No.
It's up until that event, and once that event's done, you look at the predictions, and then that's it. You never think of them again.
That's it. You move on to the next one.
There's no real staying power for that video.
I mean, you can be successful with predictions if you give out-of-pocket predictions.
Yeah.
And because it encourages people to come back to your content. Admittedly, if you say something rogue like,
Felipe Lins is going to submit Francis Ngannou with
yeah,
a flying triangle.
and if you say, and somehow it happens, then great, but it's so rare. I just think making unique, different content inside the UFC space is absolutely the way forward.
Big time.
And there's so many avenues to take that people haven't explored yet, and I think that's probably the way forward. If that's what you're going to do, and you're going to create a UFC page, I wouldn't bother with predictions. I wouldn't bother with fight breakdowns unless you have a comedic twist on fight breakdowns. There's a few guys that don't show their face, but they're really funny, and their analysis of the fight and their kind of metaphors and similes they use are funny. That's the way you could go about it.
Yeah, I mean, when I first properly started, well, not properly started, but when I first started actually making content, it was back in 2022. Yeah. And I was telling you a few days ago, I did it was this series that was like, why MMA is the greatest sport in the world. Yeah. And it was when I was doing editing, I was editing clips together, and it wasn't actually me talking, it was an automated...
the text-to-speech thing.
Robot text-to-speech voice thing, and it was so janky, and the videos did pretty well. Like it got me a few thousand followers, like when I started, but I'd get comments all the time saying, can you use your real voice? I really don't like the robot, and I didn't like using the robot voice, but I wasn't confident enough.
Want to put my voice out there. Yeah,
I wasn't confident enough in my own voice, because back then I'd listen to myself on like a recording, and I think, oh my god,
who is this guy?
Like? Yeah, who is that guy? Like he sounds like a loser. Like proper who
is this guy?
Like, proper nasally with my voice, and I just didn't feel confident. So I was just like, I'll keep doing that robot voice, and then I started to get more into edits. Yeah. And I did a few edits. One of them did really well, like got like 1 million views in like a week, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
That's not bad going.
And then it was a tribute to Stephen Bonner. Right. His fight with Forrest Griffin, and he had passed away a few weeks before. Okay. So I made this tribute. It took me ages to make, like 2-3 days, like 6 hours a day, just...
These people who do edits, they're built different, man.
Oh mate, and they're so good as well.
And then you see there's some banging edits that just have like 30 likes. You're like, this deserves so much more.
Yeah, it deserves so much more love. And there's just, especially watching them in the lead up to like an event as well. Yeah, gives you that much more hype for it.
Oh, massively.
But it's so time consuming. And I was doing these edits, and I was just like, I was putting like a video out once a week. And it was taking so much time. And I just said, I can't maintain this. And that was in 2013, and I released a video in like April of that year, and then from 2013 up until 2015 I maybe released one video. Right. And my following and content just stagnated. And then I just thought, I'll jump back into it. I'll start filming content, I'll start releasing it, and if it does well, awesome. Yeah, absolutely. And then it took off so quickly.
Some people just you just got to make the plunge. I know, for me, what stopped me for so long was people, like my friends taking the mic, my work taking the mic, and don't get me wrong, that happened. Yeah. Big time, that happened. But you've just got to firm it, because it's funny how everyone shuts up when you start making money. Yeah. When you start making money out of it, all that stops. True. All of it stops. I get a little bit here and there, but then your argument is, mate, it makes me X amount a month. Now what? And they're like, okay, fair enough. Yeah. So Make the plunge. Ignore what people will say.
You've got 30k people on your TikTok, and more than 30k people.
I think it's 36.1 now.
Yeah, and then on Insta, absurd. You're 16k on Insta.
Yeah, something like that, 16.6 or something. Yeah. That is bonkers to me.
Yeah, it's people that not only have liked your content to say, oh yeah, I'm going to give this a like, but have gone through the effort of thinking, I'm going to follow this guy. I like
this guy, yeah.
Yeah, because I like the content he's putting out.
It's hard, don't get me wrong, like, creating content has absolutely been the most mentally challenging thing I've ever done, because there's generally nothing worse than putting so much work into a video and you this is a good video, this is gonna bang, and then you come to it the next day and it's like it's just like done 1,000 views. You're like, I really thought this was gonna go hard. I really thought
this is
but and then also you might go for a stint where you might go through like a couple of weeks where you just, for some reason, whether it's an algorithm update, whether it's just you've stopped doing something and you've subconsciously not realised you stopped doing it, and for some reason your views just tank. I went for like a period where a month I was 5k views, and this was when I had like 25k followers. Like 5k views was like pushing it, and all you're doing the whole time is sat there going, what am I doing wrong? What have I done wrong? Why was it a month ago the same style of content was doing 100k, 200k, 50k, whatever, and now I'm lucky if I'm pushing 5? And you get in your own head like, have I fallen off? Is very much the wrong term, but what has happened? And it's such a horrible. I've had so many, not sleepless nights, but nights where I just can't get to sleep because I'm constantly thinking, A, how can I improve, or B, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah, you feel like you're in a rut and you need to.
And you just need that one video to do really well and to give you that boost again. Because don't get me wrong, people say you shouldn't do content for the views and for the satisfaction, but that's not what you're chasing. But the endorphin boost you get when you, for me personally, if once I uploaded a video, I will not look at my page for 12 hours.
Yeah.
I always upload at 5, half 5, 6 in the evening. I will not look at that account until 8 o'clock the next day.
Yeah.
And the boost you get when you open your account, you see it's done 50k, 100k, whatever. It's like, and it's not like,
it's vindication.
That's a vindication. It's not, look at me, I got 100k views. It's, I've made something that people are enjoying.
Yeah.
That's what's at. That's all I care about is entertaining people, and the views almost correlate that and gratify the fact that yes, you have made a piece of content that people are enjoying.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes the other way. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes you don't realise you made a piece of content and everyone's hating on it, and the comments are ruthless, calling you an idiot, and that's why the video is blown up. But most of the time, that's not the case.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what it is for me.
Once in a blue moon.
Hopefully, it's very rare for me because I make. And the worst one is
I make great content.
I make great content. What are you talking about? The worst one, I've done it a few times where like you open up, oh my god, I've done 500k. But you realise the only reason it's done 500k is because you've got like a fact massively wrong, and you're looking through the comments. Oh, why would you? That's not what happened. You're like, oh my god, they're so right as well. Like, this video is only done well because I've got something so epically wrong.
Yeah,
I've done a video recently. I really can't remember what the video was about. I think it was one of my football ones actually, and it only done well because I got a piece of. I said a transfer that never happened.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my god, what have I done? Why have I done that? How have I got that so wrong?
Was it a big transfer or was it?
Nah, it was about. I think it was about Adnan Januzaj, who was like, where are they now? Because he was, again, this isn't a football page, but it was about how he used to be this massive prospect and just disappeared. And I said he went to this club in Turkey. When he went to a different club in Turkey, and all the comments are like, he never made that transfer. How did you get that so wrong? The facts are right in front of you. I was like, oh my god, it's only done well because I've got something so wrong.
Well, I mean, sometimes, controversy
creates
cash, doesn't it?
It made 150 followers, so people weren't that upset, were they?
Yeah. I mean, the worst one I did was, I did a video on, it was a worst beatdown video, and it was on Vitor Belfort and his first fight with Randy Couture.
Right, yeah.
And this was when Vitor Belfort, undefeated prospect.
Keep talking, I need to get my drink. Yeah.
Had a neck like it was like and he was so big. Like, I'm just trying to find a way to describe it. He looked like 2 carpets leaning on a petrol pump. Yeah, I'll have my drink as well. Yeah. He was just like that, and his neck. He didn't have a neck because he was so jacked, and he was 19, 20 years old, and was talking about this fight, and I made the mistake of saying that I said Randy Couture switches his stance. And I got orthodox and southpaw mixed up. And fuck me, I didn't pick it up.
That is horrific.
I'm big on my captions as well and going over my footage, so I want to make sure it's perfect.
Bang on, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't pick it up. And then 12 hours in, the video blows up, so it's like 100,000 views. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And half the comments were like,
oh, that's a bad one.
Yeah.
And I can
how could you get that mixed up? And I thought, oh my God,
you're such a casual.
This is this was the most basic fucking thing
rough.
imaginable, and I was like, how could I get that wrong? And
that is bad.
I had to repeat the same comment multiple times, saying, I'm an idiot.
I'm sorry, it's my fault.
In fact, I've been training since 2010, and
oh really?
Yeah, and I was able to get that wrong. It was just, it was a late night video, and
that's it. It's always the ones that like
full day of work.
Well, that's it. It's always the ones where you like it's like it's late and you're like I want to get a piece of content out. I very rarely miss a day, and sometimes you just rush it and you don't realise you've done something.
Yeah.
For me, what a lot of people, it's funny. A lot of people don't realise that the captions on TikTok are all AI generated. So you can have input. So you press a button, it does all the captions for you, and you can go through and edit it. But I'm quite lazy, so I put a lot of effort editing a video for my short form to get to the pressing the captions button is like the last thing before pressing post. So at that point I'm like, I can't be able to sit and the amount of spelling errors it gets with fighters. Ilia Topuria is always Elliot Topuria and there's a Y in it. And the amount of comments are like, how are you so stupid? How can you not spell Ilya? Why do you think his name is Elliot? And I'm like, I didn't write the captions. I don't write the captions. I can edit them, but I'm lazy.
Yeah.
I will admit that.
So it's when you try and pronounce, or when you try and type in or say someone like Igor Vovchanchyn, it puts Eagle, Vov, chain, chin.
Yeah, can't get it.
And it's all separate words, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I've said his name 15 times in this video. I'm gonna have to change it to
Nurmagomedov isn't a good one either. It's like it's always like Nerv, Mago, me, Dov.
Yeah.
All separate words.
I also think as well it's that accent as well. Like
accent doesn't help.
Yeah. It's like TikTok is able to pick up like the basic kind of stuff of what we say, but a lot of the times
as soon as you throw in something that's a little bit different, or you try and pronounce a fighter with a bit with like a twang to it, like if you say Ilya Topuria, you put the accent on it, it just throws it out, and it's quite funny though. It does make me laugh.
Yeah,
but I almost leave it because I know it's going to get people to comment.
Yeah,
which isn't the right thing to do, but it helps the video.
No,
you can't hate a guy for trying. Like, come on.
Exactly. You've got to every advantage you can get.
You got to try. You got to do what you got to do. But it is currently, what day is it? Monday. So in exactly a week time, we have got in the UK, that is, UFC Freedom 250 at the White House.
Yep.
I can't wait for this event.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be amazing. The production level is going to be insane. But I want us to both give our predictions.
Yes.
And then on a next podcast, we're going to review our predictions and see how right and wrong we were. For me, the card, I think a lot of people, the card is actually decent. But it was massively overpromised.
Yes.
I know Donald Trump's Donald Trump. He's going to say
we're going to have 5 title fights.
I think he said 7 or 8 at one point. Like, mate, you were talking about all the champions just not fighting until the White House, and
just
then
have
probably
Apex
not.
cards for 5 months.
Nah, it was never going to happen. But don't be wrong, it's still a good card.
It's a very good card.
Admittedly, there are fights on it that do not make any sense.
If it wasn't at the White House, we'd say this was an amazing card. But because again, overpromised.
But then I don't agree with Diego Lopez fighting the rank 8 number guy, Steve Garcia. Like, he's rank 2. He's just coming off a title shot loss. Why is he getting the rank 8 guy?
Yeah.
When like an Arnold Allen is right there, when a Yair Rodriguez is right there. Why are we doing Steve? I know he's American, but then it made no sense putting him on the card in the first place.
We'll get that Diego Lopez Volkanovski rematch.
Do you know what? Knowing these lot, I'm surprised that didn't happen. Oh my God. But for the US, it's Sunday evening, it's Sunday afternoon. But for us, it's 1 a.m. Monday morning.
Nice.
I made the sensible choice months ago to put the day off work. So I'm sound. So I'm very grateful I get to watch this card. First fight, Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia.
Can't go with Lopez. I can't go with anyone other than Lopez.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I think Steve Garcia is a one-trick pony. He's a power puncher. And I think Lopez is way, way, way too technical.
Yeah, more well-rounded.
Well-rounded. I think he submits him.
You think so?
And unless he goes out there and he wants to put on a show to, you're at the White House, you don't want to just wrestle someone. But then I think he's got the ability to knock him out. Yeah. He's got good power. His hands are really good. His speed's really good. Yeah. And he's so dangerous in the first round. I think he knocks him out in the first. I think Steve Garcia is too easily hittable. I think we learnt that in some of his earlier fights in the UFC as well.
Yeah, big time.
One of the hardest fights I think on the card to pick is Bo Nickel versus Carl Dawkins.
I have to agree with that. Yeah, I think Bo Nickel's learnt a lot of lessons from his loss to Reinier de Ridder.
Yeah.
And I think that he's going to come at this with it being on such a big stage. He's going to come at this with a very kind of like different energy. He's not going to go into it the way he went into the fight against what's the Scottish light heavyweight name?
Paul Craig.
Yes. He's not going to go into the fight like that way. Just absolutely boring. Doesn't try and finish the fight. Just tries to win, or it's not even trying not to lose. Is how he approached that Paul Craig fight.
Yeah, you don't want to wrestle with him.
I think he's going to come into this fight to win.
Yeah, but then my concern with that is Carl Dawkins. He hits hard. He's a power puncher.
He is, yeah.
And
he has the ability to knock out Bo Nickel.
He's a lot more experienced. 17 pro wins, only 4 losses. He's got double the amount of wins that Bo Nickel's had fights.
Yeah.
And I think the experience played a massive part in the Reinier de Ridder fight.
Yeah. How do you think this fight stacks up between like the opponent of Reinier de Ridder and then Dackhouse?
I mean, it's a massive drop off an opponent, but then Bo Nickel did just beat that, is it Rodolfo Vieira? Knocked him out with a head kick.
Yes.
That was a massive fall in competition. Yeah. How you got a ranked opponent in a guy like Reinier to then drop to a guy who's not even close to being ranked. Okay. And like Carl Dawkins, he's 1 or 2 fights away from being ranked. He is 33. I don't know enough about his background to understand his wrestling because I've mainly just seen his striking.
I mean, Bo Nickel struggled in the wrestling with de Ridder. Again, de Ridder is more experienced.
Carl Dawkins did submit Gerald Meerschaert.
Yes.
That's quite impressive.
Yeah.
He submitted Jamie Pickett, so he's obviously got submission skills. I don't know enough about Carl Dawkins. I just know he likes to knock people out.
It'll be a very interesting fight.
I disagree with you. I think Bo Nickel's going to be boring in this fight.
You think so?
I think he's going to wrestle fuck him.
I hope not. I
can't.
I hope the fact that it's at the White House and it's such a landmark event that he doesn't do a.
I just can't see. I can't see. I don't think it'll be a Paul Craig. I just think he'll just grab it because he didn't want to lay on top of Paul Craig because the guy submitted Ankalaev, fuck's sake, and Jamal Hill.
True.
So he weren't gonna wrestle him. He was just jabbing him and moving really. Yeah. And again, almost the same with Rodolfo Vieira, a jiu-jitsu specialist. He wanted to stand with him. I can't see him wanting to stand with Carl Dawkins.
No.
And that just leads on. And I don't think he submits him either. I think he just want to lay on top of him. That's where I think Bo Nickel gets it done by decision. Boring decision.
Yeah. I hope you're wrong. I hope that he does. I hope that he does really push the pace and he gets the. He looks for the finish.
I think he'll get clipped if he does.
Yeah.
I really do. Speaking of getting clipped. Risha Rufi versus Michael Chandler. It's the most one-sided fight in my opinion on this whole card. So this fight is so bad.
What is Chandler's game plan going to be? Fucking, he's not going to have a game plan.
Die. Yeah. That's his game plan. Like there is no way Chandler wins this fight.
I can't see it.
No way. Like Chandler likes to get in close and have a boxing match with you and land big shots. Rufi is not going to give him that opportunity.
No.
Not even close. Rufi will pick him apart and probably land a wicked spinning back kick, wild head kick, front kick. The angles he creates with his attacks, there's no way Chandler... I would almost go as far as there's no way he even hits him.
Wow.
I just can't see... I can't see Chandler going out there at the White House and wrestling him, to a decision. No way. Chandler's not that kind of guy.
No, entertaining, sure.
Entertaining massively.
He prioritises that over
winning.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. If he went out with a game plan to get Rufy down and hold him down, I reckon he could win that way. But I would put every penny I've ever earned on the fact that he will not do that.
Do you think he'll call out Conor McGregor if he does win?
It's an awkward one though, isn't it? Because like if Chandler somehow goes out there and wins and calls out Conor McGregor, but then by some fluke Conor McGregor beats Max Holloway, they are so like they're levels apart at that point. They're not even like in the same conversations.
Same no way.
Because you're almost talking about Conor McGregor, and rightly or wrongly, you're almost talking about a Conor McGregor title shot at that point.
If you can beat Max Holloway convincingly
at welterweight, admittedly he's not a ranked welterweight, so it makes no sense, but no matter what weight you get Holloway at, he's always going to be a threat, and he's always going to be a very good fighter.
True.
So I think Mauricio Rufy, I think he plays with him in round 1, he finishes him in round 2.
I think that's a good shout, to be fair.
What do you reckon?
I think Chandler's going to be he's going to approach this fight the same way he's approached almost every single UFC fight at this point. He's going to go out to entertain, not to, if he gets the win, fucking, it's great for him. But I think the way he's going to approach it, nothing's going to change. He's going to do it bigger stage than what he's fought at before.
Ever, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's going to go to his head, and he's going to, any game plan that he has, just is going to get thrown out the window. He's going to go all or nothing, try and finish him at every single opportunity.
He's going to get clipped.
And
100%.
And it'd be so easy to read. Like Rufy is such a master of just being able to pick his shots, and he's so unorthodox with his striking.
The angles he creates.
God, yeah.
At Chandler, you're going to see half his punches coming because he goes in with a low guard, wide stance. You have no idea where them punches are coming from. No. He sets up his kicks with his punches so well. I mean, look at the Bobby Green knockout as he throws a hook and then spins into the spinning back kick and knocks him out cold.
Yeah.
The way his striking is phenomenal, and
I mean, I will say Rufy hasn't fought anyone as strong or as powerful as Chandler. But
you don't think?
I don't think so. I think Chandler is I think he has so much power. He can knock out anybody in that division, but he could if he approached the fight correctly. If he approached the fight correctly, he could be a world champion. But
yes, 100%.
It's frustrating to watch because you've seen him in like Bellator, and you see
he was good in Bellator.
Like his UFC debut knocks out Dan Hooker, and you just like
he was like what, ranked 5 or 6 at the time.
Yeah,
the win has aged horribly.
Yeah,
but at the time, on paper, it was a very good win.
Yeah, and then you see him knock out. I mean, again, knockout has aged horribly with Tony Ferguson.
It's aged horrifically,
but. He has the power to knock people out.
Yeah,
so
absolutely does. But he just doesn't. It's almost like he doesn't know how to set up his shots.
Yeah.
And I was watching a clip with him and Alex Pagante. He's a PFL guy. I think he's like 8-0. Very, very skillful fighter. But he's early 20s, and he's there giving Chandler tips on blocking. And I'm like, what are we doing?
That's what Chandler needs, though.
Well, he does, but a veteran of the sport should not be taking advice of a 24-odd-year-old on how to block. It should be the other way around. And I was watching that video going, unless this is a joke, which it didn't appear to be, Rufy is probably sat there going, rubbing his hands together going, this is going to be a easy payday for me.
But I think Rufy plays with him in the first round.
Like a cat and a mouse.
I think if Chandler's able to get through the second, then it'll be by the skin of his teeth.
Oh, the absolute skin of his teeth. But I think Rufy's gonna take his head off with some wild kick,
yeah.
or a flying knee.
Yeah,
I could see a Mauricio Rufy because I think he's gonna wanna. Rufy's that kind of guy to put on a spectacular knockout for the White House.
Yes,
and he'll want to land that spinning wheel kick, that head kick, that flying knee, and I reckon it'll be a flying knee.
Yeah,
I think Chandler's gonna run in and he's gonna counter it perfectly with a flying knee. And if that happens, I'm a fucking genius.
A la Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah, so it could be like that. But I reckon I'm going to go round 2 knockout.
I'm going to say round 3.
Interesting. Not many people will agree with this. Josh Hockett versus Derek Lewis.
Josh.
Derek.
It's Derek.
It's got to
be Josh.
How is it going to be Josh? How is it going to be?
How is it going to be Derek?
Because he's going to spark him out.
I don't think he's going to spark out Josh Hockett.
Josh Hockett was getting clipped multiple times by Curtis Blades, a wrestler.
But he was still...
Because Blades don't hit hard.
Doesn't matter. He's still in the fight. And Curtis has hit hard. His striking definitely has gotten better. I mean, you go up against a guy like Derek Lewis and Francis Ngannou, as a wrestler.
But Josh Hockett was very happy to stand and trade with Curtis Blades. If he does that with Derek Lewis, it's night-night. Yeah, no one is trading with Derek Lewis successfully.
No. I think it's going to be an entertaining fight. Yeah, I think so.
For the wrong reasons. It won't be entertaining as in a technical level. It'll be entertaining because you've got two guys just hitting each other.
Yeah, but I think Derek Lewis, he's at the tail end of his career now.
I don't care. He knocked out Taliesin Teixeira. Did he knock out Taliesin Teixeira?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did flying knee.
Oh, no, that was...
that was the other Brazilian.
Yeah.
But either way...
He knocked out Teixeira with, in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon it could be the same. I reckon Josh Hockett is going to want to put on this performance, the similar kind of fight to Curtis Blades. He's want to go out there and entertain because that's the kind of guy he is. And he's going to get clipped.
But if you look at his fight with Cortez Acosta...
Yeah.
He gave up in that pretty much.
But Josh Hockett is a lot smaller than Cortez Acosta.
I guess that's true.
And there's not as much of a physical threat. He's going to get knocked out. I can't wait to sit in on the next podcast and go, I told you Josh Hockett was going to get knocked out.
I mean, if you remember when Derek Lewis knocked out Volkov, he says, Donald Trump called me, told me I had to knock this Russian motherfucker out.
And it's going to be...
So maybe that White House Donald Trump energy is really going to elevate his game.
100%. And I think Josh Hockett is a small heavyweight. He's not exactly a big physical guy. He just wants to sit there and trade with you. And like he was with Curtis Blades, and he got wobbled a few times against Curtis Blade.
It's true.
And if he does that against Derek Lewis, which I can guarantee he will, he's going to get knocked down.
If he wins, though, call out Ilia Topuria for a catch weight.
Yeah, let's do that. Ilia Topuria, I think Ilia Topuria would beat him, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Says the guy wearing an Ilia Topuria t-shirt.
Yeah, that's not biased at all. Don't ignore that. Let's cover that up. It's not important. I think he could beat him. I'm just saying. It'd be a funny fight. Josh Hockett is so inexperienced compared to Derek Lewis as well. Yeah. I think that
it's true. Most knockouts in UFC history.
Yeah, and he's going to get an extra one to that tally. I'm telling you that for free. I'm going to put money on it. I can't wait to rack in my plus 500 odds.
Mate, I can't put money on anything. I lose a £1 accumulator and I get upset. Yeah. I'm distraught for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
So, but I do think Josh Hockett. I think he does I think he does finish Derek, but it's not going to be a knockout. I think it's just going to be wearing him down, and I think he's going to drag Derek Lewis into kind of deeper waters. And I don't think Josh Hockett is an amazing fighter, but I just think that Derek Lewis is at that point in his career where, he's right at the end of it. And
I don't care. I don't give a fuck. He's going to knock him out. I can't believe people don't see it. How can Josh Hockett trade with Curtis Blades and not get knocked out, but nearly get knocked out a few times? How is he going to do that against Derek Lewis?
I think Derek Lewis has the power to knock him out. I think that he 100% has the ability to knock out Josh Hockett, but I just don't see it. As the Derek Lewis of right now, I don't see him finishing Josh Hockett. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm not going to say, I'm heartbroken because Josh Hockett's a polarizing figure anyway. But yeah, if it does happen, I'll be happy. But if Hockett wins, then I'll just be like, what's next for him? Title shot?
No. This is a lose-lose for Hockett, this fight. Doesn't do anything for his stocks.
It's just exposure, isn't it?
Yeah, it does do that, but he's been banned from the press conference. Yeah. I mean, that's wild. That is such an L.
Starting a fight with Pereira and Topuria.
But either way, that's what the UFC needs, though. That's what Conor McGregor was doing so well. He was starting fights with Tyron Woodley when he was a featherweight. Yeah. Backstage, he was beefing with Jeremy Stevens, beefing with RDA, and all that's what makes the hype. And I think not having him at the press conference is absolutely criminal. But
he's going to do their Randy Savage. Oh
yeah, probably.
Promo. You know what I mean?
100%. But that's such an L.
All right, next fight then.
Sean O'Malley versus Ayman Sahabi. prodigy of George St. Pierre.
Yeah.
I don't think that means anything in this
No,
fight.
well, that's a difficult one. And it is difficult because you do wonder what Sean O'Malley's going to show up.
Yeah.
And
because the one against Song Yadong was not that impressive.
no, it wasn't.
I mean, there was people advocating for that Yadong won that fight. I was not one of them. I thought Sean comfortably got the win there,
he
but,
did enough, but
there was enough people to say, nah, Song Yadong should have won that.
yeah, when you have that kind of contention.
But then there's also
it breeds doubts, doesn't it?
Is it the UFC White House card, the All American? He's American, come up against the Canadian. Is that going to give him the boost to go out there and put on a better, almost like a traditional Sean O'Malley performance that we haven't seen since, I don't know, the Chito Vera title defense maybe?
Yeah.
And even then he didn't knock him out.
No, well, I mean, Chito Vera,
he's
hit him with
solid,
a bat, he doesn't get knocked out.
But that knee he hit him with, and the fact that he kind of almost walked it off, and the noise it made, that didn't knock him out. That knockout 99%. That would knock out most all.
Yeah,
all
I can't think of a featherweight that wouldn't knock out. To be fair,
no.
Maybe Volkanovski, but Chito Vera is just.
He's solid, but it's a tough fight because Eamon Zahabi's no joke. He's not exactly the most exciting fighter, but he knows how to get the job done. He's got hands. He's got good wrestling. But I think we're going to see a very hesitant Sean O'Malley, who very similar to the Yadong fight. He'll be wary of the takedown threat. He'll jab, circle, jab left, circle, switch stance, jab right, and that's all it's going to be. I don't think he goes out and knocks him out unless he times a takedown with a knee, which he can do. He's got that ability. He's got that timing. And if he gets flowing, gets his rhythm going, he could finish Eamon Zahabi. I don't think he does. I think it's going to be a Sean O'Malley decision.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with that one, to be fair. That's a tough fight to predict, though, but I think Sean O'Malley's going to have that extra boost being at the White House, and he will know. Some people will crumble under the pressure being at the White House. I don't think he will. I think he'll flourish under the pressure, but he'll know he's got to go out there and put on a good performance.
I agree.
Especially if he wants to take on Peter Yan.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime soon.
To get that fight, wants to get that rematch. I also want to apologise as well. I got Sean O'Malley mixed up as a featherweight instead of a bantamweight.
I clocked that. I just thought
as I was saying it, I was like, Volkanovski. I was like, he's not. I was like, oh no, I'm saying it.
Should just let it ride.
No. I pride myself on
on facts.
I edit my captions. I want to make sure.
I don't.
It's okay. We can edit that. Edit the captions. It'll say it'll say bantamweight when I said featherweight. It's fine.
Alex Pereira, Cyril Gane. Tough fight to pick.
That is a tough fight to pick. That is, and if Cyril Gane wins, it throws everything I don't know, the hype for the heavyweight division. It almost feels like it kind of dissipates a little bit.
Yeah, because what do you do with Alex Pereira if he loses?
Yeah.
Josh Hockett?
Yeah.
If he wins?
Oh, you give him that fight against Hockett, and if he wins, then he takes on the winner of Aspinall and
I think Pereira would do bad things to Josh Hockett. Let's be realistic here.
Or Pereira versus Lewis, if Lewis wins.
Nah, that would never happen. I think they'd just give Derek Lewis another rising contender, if I'm honest.
Well, they wanted to give Lewis Rico Verhoeven initially, but
they offered him about 40 grand to show up. He probably got about 40 million for showing up at the Pyramids.
Yeah, 40 to show, 40 to win.
Probably that was the contract he was offered. That's laughable for a guy like Rico Verhoeven.
Yeah, the GOAT of kickboxing.
Oh, he's so good as well.
Yeah.
And to be fair, in that fight against Usyk, wow, he looked so much better. And a lot of people thought he was winning that fight, and early stoppage or not.
Yeah, I had him up on my scorecards.
Yeah, he looked fucking brilliant, to be fair to him. But I think Alex Pereira beats Cyril Gane. But there is absolutely a world where Cyril Gane wins that fight, because Alex Pereira he will be slower at heavyweight, but he'll pack way more of a punch, and that is a scary thought.
Yeah,
I think we could see him get dominated for 3 rounds, almost like the first Izzy fight, and then he'll get a late knockout in the 4th or 5th. That is a possibility. But I reckon Pereira's game plan will be go out there, low kicks early, compromise that leg. That's all you need to do with Cyril Gane, because he's got that wide stance, kickboxer, Muay Thai kind of fighter. If you negate his ability early, he can't do anything.
Yeah, compromise him like he did with Ankalaev.
Yes.
Make him hurt that leg early to the point where he has to switch stances very, very quickly.
Yeah, and then you start attacking that leg, and all of a sudden he can't get that flow state, can't he won't be landing the jab as successfully. He won't be throwing enough because his legs will just be so cooked in the first and second round, and then that's when Pereira will take over.
Yeah.
That's what I think is going to happen. And I reckon a Pereira round 3, round 4.
You think so?
100%. There is absolutely a world where Cyril wins this fight. If this isn't a dead set, Alex Pereira's going to win. Cyril absolutely has the ability to win this fight.
Yeah, I think it's going to go to decision. I think it's going to be a Pereira decision. I don't think that he's going to be able to put away Cyril Gane, not because he's not talented enough or powerful enough to do it. I just think that the heavyweight division is a very different game.
And you've got Cyril's got very good head movement.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the and Pereira definitely doesn't have the wrestling that John Jones does.
No,
like when Jones beat Gane,
even Ngannou's wrestling doesn't have that. Not that we know of.
Ngannou beat him with a blown out knee.
Yeah,
you know what
just
I mean?
wrestled him for 3 rounds.
Yeah, so
the last 3 rounds.
I don't think Pereira's not going to out wrestle them. He's not going to wrestle them to begin with. I think his wrestling is better than what people give him credit for, but I think it's going to be very much a striking battle.
Yes.
And
a kickboxing battle.
Yeah. And I think that Pereira's going to win. Is he going to finish the fight? I don't think so, but I think he's going to win a decision.
But is there not? Cyril does come in with his hands low though. But he should know you can't do that against a guy like Pereira.
Exactly.
I also see a world where Pereira comes out there like the second Ankalaev fight and just goes in swinging early and just catches him. That's all it takes for Pereira. You get caught right or left. I know that left hook is devastating, but even his right hand is menacing. He catches you early.
Yeah,
it's just game over.
It's true.
I think Pereira is going to win, but there is absolutely a world where he goes in there,
and throws the entire heavyweight division on its head.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
If Pereira, the things that are going in his favour, it's going to be hot and humid. That will go in his favour. He's from Brazil. He's used to it. He'll be fine. I think he does really well under pressure. I think he likes the attention, not as in like an attention seeker, but I think he likes the lights, the crowd. He likes all that, and I think he thrives under that. Look at him at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah,
that is not that is no joke. That's a massive thing, and to get dominated for 4 rounds and then go out there and win in the 5th. That's pretty good. Go under Madison Square Garden's a big event.
It is a big event.
Same place, November every year, and to go out there and perform under the lights, very impressive. And I think he will thrive at the White House.
Yeah.
And everyone loves Pereira.
It's true. I'm meeting him as well. Meet and greet.
Yeah, in Birmingham, right?
In Birmingham, of all places.
I think he's doing a seminar in London as well.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he's also doing a seminar.
Yeah, I heard he's doing a seminar, but figured Birmingham.
Makes sense.
When is Alex Pereira going to come to Birmingham again?
Not very often.
Is he going to leave Birmingham again?
Yeah, he'll be fine. Him of all people, you tell it.
I'm just saying he'll love it so much that he'll move his entire training camp there.
I think he'll land on the plane and he'll look and he'll go, no shama, up again. I always have this, I'd love to find UFC fight. It happened to Ilia Topuria where someone who doesn't know him starts him in a bar. I think Ilia Topuria was on a slot machine. Have you seen the video?
No.
He was on a slot machine and some guy started on him and he just fucking clocked him, knocked him out.
Nice.
I love this idea of people starting on MMA, UFC fighters, highly trained people and having no idea who they are and just getting absolutely smashed. Have
you ever heard of the Bas Rutten, Brian Urlacher story?
No.
Okay, so Brian Urlacher, NFL player. I don't know his position because I'm not the biggest American football guy, but he's massive NFL player, and Bas Rutten was at a charity event in America and Brian Urlacher was there, and Bas Rutten accidentally bumped into Brian and knocked his drinks over. Right. And Brian's kicks up a fuss saying, "What the hell are you doing?" And Bas Rutten's like, "Look, I'm really, really sorry. Let me buy you a round. Let me buy you some drinks." And Brian Urlacher's really trying to start on him. And Bas Rutten's like, "Okay, let's just calm down. I'll buy you a drink. It's fine. Let's forget about it." Yeah. And Brian Urlacher says, "Oh, you want to go outside?" And Bas Rutten laughs and says, "Okay." And then a lot of people, as soon as he says okay and he starts to walk outside, people hold Brian Urlacher back and says, "Do you know who that is?" And he was like, "No, who the fuck's that?" He says, "He's UFC champion. That's fucking Bas Rutten. He will kill you. He will murder you." And
did he fight him?
No, Brian Urlacher apologised. Yeah, he says, I'm sorry, and he backed away.
He's got to, you know what? Shake his hand.
If you go onto Brian Urlacher's Instagram page, whatever he posts, people will just post a gif of Bass Rutten. It's hilarious. And that happened 26 years ago.
Oh my god! Before social media as well, people still haven't forgotten.
And people are like, Bass Rutten on every single post he does.
So I bet there's so many stories of fighters getting started on a bar, and they almost like try and say this is a bad idea. But if you want to go, we'll go. But this is a bad idea, and they just beat the living brains off them.
Bass Rutten, his self-defense DVD,
right,
was in a bar, and it's one of the best things I've ever seen, because he does all of his own sound effects when he's like pretending to throw punches. It's like, well, bang, bang, are you okay? I'm sorry, no, I'm not, bang, ding, 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 like that. It's amazing, so good.
I got a proper fantasy about that. I love hearing about it. It's even when that bloke started on Conor McGregor, I know he punched him kind of unnecessarily, but still, like, I think the first thing you should look at in someone, if you're going to pick on them, is have they got cauliflower ears or not? Because the chance they're either going to be a rugby player or a fighter of some sort.
No, you don't get cauliflower ear working in an office.
No. No, not even close. So, mate, I would like any fighters out there got a story, let me know. You can come on the podcast and tell it. But anyway, Alex Pereira beat Cyril Gane.
Yeah, I agree.
Safe. What's next? It's the main event, isn't it?
Main event.
Yeah. Ilia Topuria, Justin Gaethje.
Yeah. Well, I think we all know what your opinion's going to be on this.
What, have you got a different one? Oh, shut up.
I may just play a devil's advocate just to be different.
There is no devil's advocate to play. Topuria by first round murder.
You think he's going to murder Justin Gaethje?
I think he's going to kill him.
Whoa.
I think it's going to be the closest thing to a near-death experience Justin Gaethje is going to go through. It's going to be bad.
Well,
it's going to be bad. The first exchange, I think he goes to sleep.
Well, I mean, it's Ilia Topuria coming off a divorce. We don't know how that's going to affect him.
Oh, yeah, that's going to make him a worse fighter. No distractions. Angry individual.
Yeah, angry at the world.
He's going to be ugly.
I mean, if Gaethje can pull it off, it's going to be one of the most unbelievable, amazing Rocky-like moments.
I agree, but I also think it could be one of those things where he wins, like, comfortably, and it'll be a bit like, yeah, do you know what? We probably should have known that.
Yeah.
Almost like when I didn't think he was going to beat Paddy Pimblett. And when he did, I was like, oh, do you know what? I should have known that.
Yeah.
They think, obviously he was going to win. Like, he's more experienced, he's more this, he's got great leg kicks. Topuria struggles with leg kicks. I have a feeling, I know Justin Gaethje hasn't thrown a lot of leg kicks in his last few fights. Yeah. I think he's going to, because
that's going to be his...
anyone in his camp is semi-switched on, they'll watch the Max Holloway fight and see he was struggling with the leg kicks to start with. He'll go out there, first thing he does is throw a leg kick. If it lands clean, Topuria could be in trouble. If he comes out there and goes bang and Topuria checks it, game over.
Yeah.
And I think Topuria will be well aware that is absolutely a possibility.
Because you look at Gaethje's, especially his early fights in the UFC, he was so heavy with the leg kicks. That Michael Johnson fight, he just smashed him with leg kicks. But they're so
predictable because he runs, he almost like sprints into the leg kick.
Yeah.
Like he almost takes a run up. And I think Topuria will be so ready for it. Yeah. He'll check it and he'll be like, night, motherfucker. Yeah. This game's over now.
Yeah.
You tried, you failed, and now you're going to go to sleep.
What's the odds on that he does a rolling thunder?
Oh, I think he'll run out with it. I think the first 3 seconds he'll throw a rolling thunder.
Yeah.
But Topuria will just circle off. And it's going to be bad. Yeah. This is going to be one of the worst knockouts we see in the UFC.
Well, I mean, if Topuria can get him on the ground as well, submissions-wise...
Oh, he'll throw him around. I mean, this is the same guy that passed Charles Oliveira's guard and put him in a crucifix. Yeah. Charles Oliveira. No one puts Charles Oliveira in a fucking crucifix. That doesn't happen. So, I can't... Did you see the face-off? Yeah. Like he's like doing everything. He can't wait to put his hands on him. He's like he's got his hands in his pockets. He's like shaking. I just want to get in there, man. I just want to go now.
Yeah. I've got all this pent up rage from the divorce. He's gonna unleash it on Justin Gaethje.
Oh, it's gonna be so bad.
If Gaethje can pull it out the fire though, then we'll be talking about this for years.
He's not going to. He's not going to.
I mean,
it's gonna be so bad.
I wonder what the odds would be for that fight though, for Gaethje to win. Not necessarily.
Should we have a look?
Not necessarily by a finish, but just win outright. I can imagine they'd be quite high.
They have to be. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I'm not naive. I am aware that there is a slim chance he could win, and he has got the experience. But when you just look at them as fighters, Topuria is just levels above a guy like Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything Justin Gaethje can do in this camp to even half prepare. So on English terms, he's 17-4.
Ooh.
So every £4 you put on, you get 17 back. Ilia Topuria is 1-6.
Yeah.
So you put £6 on, you get 1 back. That's so if you're looking at a Justin Gaethje knockout, you're looking at 13-2.
That's pretty good.
Submission 35-1.
Wow.
And decision victory for Justin Gaethje is 25-2.
He's not going to submit Topuria.
Topuria is
throwing money away.
Even the bookies aren't taking Ilia Topuria to win by decision. 7-1.
Really?
That fight goes the distance and Ilia Topuria gets the decision.
Yeah.
A knockout for Ilia Topuria is 1-2.
Yeah.
Which is terrible odds. You put a fiver on. If you put £5 down, you win £7.50. Put 100 on, you win 150 quid. That's probably the easiest 50 quid you'll ever make.
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't actually be such a bad bet to go for.
It's, to be fair,
Partner that upon a bit of an accumulator.
put £1,000 on Ilia Topuria by knockout, you win 500 quid.
Yeah.
I'm sold.
Then put Pereira to win, and then Josh Hokett to beat Derek Lewis.
No, I wouldn't do that. You're just throwing money away at that point. What a guy. Well, that is the White House card covered. I cannot wait to go back through it.
I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot.
It's going to be so good.
It's going to be good. It's just going to be just the event itself. It's just going to be. It's one of those things that you want to see it live.
Oh, mate, it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there's not many people in this world that are going to see it live. I mean, I know they've got 80,000 people in the stadium opposite the White House, but it's not. They're just watching on a screen. Yes, the atmosphere will be good, but it's not the same.
No.
Have you ever been to a UFC event?
Yeah, I went to the one in London, Musfar versus the one that just happened.
I was there.
You were there.
I didn't know you went.
Yeah, I was in my pink suit. I went full on dress for the occasion.
Where were you sat?
I was sat on the ground.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was about 10 rows away.
Oh, I was in the rafters. I paid about £200 for my ticket.
I paid way too much for mine. I was paid about 500.
Was that your first UFC event?
First UFC event. Yeah.
Oh, you're lucky. London last year was my first UFC event.
No, that would have been a good one.
No, it wasn't.
No?
It was awful, wasn't it?
Which one was that?
Edwards Brady.
Oh.
No knockouts.
Oh, yes.
Not a single knockout.
My God.
All night. There was like 2 submissions and the rest were decisions.
Jeez.
And then Leon Edwards got absolutely dominated in the final fight.
Starched.
It was... He got submitted, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like, he just got out.
By
got
Sean
completely
Brady,
done.
wrestled and just didn't look like a
Oh
champion.
my God. It was the worst event that someone could have gone to as their first event.
That's rough.
But then I went to Paris just shortly after, and that was incredible.
Yeah, I mean the French crowds, they're fucking.
Oh, mate, people say that the English crowds are good. No, they're not.
No.
French crowds are. I hate giving the French any sort of credit, but the atmosphere was unbelievable in France.
Yeah.
And it was, especially when there was a French fighter, the way they get behind their fighters is it's insane.
Yeah.
It is insane. That what a card it was as well. So many knockouts. The main event wasn't the best.
No.
But the build up to it, the BSD Mauricio Rufy fight was incredible. It was just such a good card, and it was so much better than my first ever UFC experience. But then I went to London this year. Was my third one. That was a decent-ish card.
It
weren't incredible, but it was good enough. There was a few good finishes
on there.
Sinead Dyer's finish was beautiful. There. I think it was a lead head kick or something. I could be wrong. But that was like the first fight of the night, which I was like, set the precedent early.
Yeah, good kind of like start. MVP obviously wasn't great against Sam Patterson.
Wow, that was bad.
Yeah.
That was so bad.
But I mean, he hasn't finished a fight in the UFC.
No, he's too hesitant. Way too hesitant.
Unfortunately, and he's at that age where he's late 30s now, so he's going to be slowing down a bit. His mobility's not going to be there. It's not going to be as fast. It's just
not as powerful. Well, power's the last thing to go, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I always say that there's a lot of people who say like going to a UFC event isn't worth it. It's not worth the money, and you get better viewing experience on your TV. All that is true. I'm not going to sit and watching it on TV is better. You know, you've got the commentary, you kind of get a feel of the crowd, and if the crowd's a bit dead, then it's not great. Viewing the fights is hard. It's all worth, and yes, it's expensive. I mean, I paid $280 for like the rafters, but it's all worth it just for Bruce Buffer. Like every time, that's the third time I've heard his, It's Time, and every single time gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
Because it is so electric.
Crazy. Yeah, the crowd goes mental.
Every UFC fan has to experience a Bruce Buffer announcement at some point in their life. Because it is just... gives me chills. Every single time gives me chills.
Yes. It is special.
I'm hoping to go to Paris in September again. But I'm away first weekend of September, and I'm worried it's going to clash. So hopefully... UFC, don't put UFC Paris on first weekend of September. Any other weekend in September, I'm there.
Yeah, you can do it. Just
can't do early September.
No.
And do you know what? Going isn't actually that expensive.
No.
So my ticket I got through a friend of a friend who he was a Fight Pass UFC. So he has some sort of membership at the UFC, which means he gets early access to tickets.
Right.
He got us a ticket at £200, which was the second level down, which was quite cheap.
Not bad.
But I think those tickets retailed at $400. We got a mad discount.
Jeez.
Getting there was £200.
Okay.
On the Eurostar, that's full there and back. And then my hotel for 2 nights was also €200, 150 quid. So all in all, I was about 550 deep, and I had way better time. I'd never been to Paris, so I explored the streets of Paris on the Saturday, which admittedly isn't the nicest place in the world, but you got the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre. Met loads of fans, drinking with them by the arena on the river. Had a fucking great time. Yeah. Paris is way better than London, as in the event, and the fans are so much more dedicated. And a lot of English people go because it's not that expensive to go. So if you ever get the opportunity to go to UFC Paris,
go there.
So much better than UFC London.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You get that with a lot of kind of like places that aren't as. It's like the market for it is so strong, but it's just they don't go there frequent enough. So, like they're going to France a lot more, but. I mean, MMA in France was illegal for like
it's quite
so
recent,
long.
Recent-ish, like in the last 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah, it was outlawed in France for like actual professional MMA for so long.
Yeah.
So
but then it's going to be a bit too expensive. I probably won't go. But UFC Serbia, I think that would be a really good card to go to.
Yeah.
But the travel alone is quite expensive. I'd love for them to go to Poland again.
Poland would be good.
Because now you've got a lot of Polish fighters now with big followings. UFC London, we all sat behind a load of Polish guys. They turned up for the Baranowski fight. Yeah. Baranowski at the time was virtually a nobody.
Yeah. Like he fought once in the UFC and first round knockout.
Yeah, and then I think London, was it Austin Lane?
Austin Lane.
He fought in London.
Yeah.
These guys turned up for Baranowski. He knocked them out in 30 seconds?
Yeah.
They were left. They all came over from Poland, paid for their ticket, watched 30 seconds of fights, went home.
It's amazing 30 seconds for them though.
That is dead. Oh, mate, they were buzzing. And I was vlogging the whole thing, and the guy started asking me, "Oh, what are you filming for?" So I explained, and he was like, "Oh, really cool." He found my vlog and edited the footage because I filmed them celebrating because they were going mad, and he messaged me saying, "Oh, I've just seen your vlog and I didn't realise you filmed me and my dad." I'm thinking, oh, he's not going to be happy, is he? Yeah. But he was like, "Thank you so much for capturing this moment with me and my dad. I've got to say, I've sent it to him. He's really happy. Like, thank you so much." And mate, they were buzzing. And Baranowski is effectively not a nobody now, but at the time, he was effectively a nobody.
Oh yeah, I mean 3 first round knockouts.
Yeah, he's great. I mean the fight with Abu Aslan, he was in trouble a lot of the time, and that was a wild fight.
That was mental for as long as it lasted.
These Polish fans, they go mental and they're so dedicated to their fighters. I think Jan Blachowicz was at last UFC London and there was so many Polish people there for that as well.
There's a big Polish community in the UK. So
I think if they'd done an event in Poland, not only would the atmosphere be amazing, I think the amount of fans that turn up and just make that, I think that event would be way better than anywhere else in Europe.
Yeah. I think so as well. They've got KSW in Poland. So
yes.
The MMA community...
it's quite big.
It's big there.
Really big. And they love their fighters. It's not like... I will quite happily hate on a few English fighters. They will not do that. They are behind them.
Yeah.
No matter who they're fighting, they are behind them and they believe they're going to win.
Yeah. It's that patriotism, isn't it?
It was
Polish fighters.
UFC London last year, Jan Blachowicz, Carlos Ulberg, and Ulberg won. Not many people agree with it. There was a lot of Polish fans, but not compared to like anyone else. And the noise they were making when Jan Blachowicz didn't get the decision, mate, you'd think the whole arena was full of Polish fans. They were so
Unhappy.
boo, they were going absolutely mad. There's probably like a couple hundred of them. They're so passionate, and I'd love for an event in Poland, and if there is, I would be on the first train there because it'd be amazing.
It'd be good. They do it in like Krakow or something. I remember they did it. They did the Crow Cop versus Gonzaga rematch there.
Yeah,
and that was a fucking great fight.
I don't know why they haven't gone back. They need to go back. Right, so now it's time for the game segment of the podcast. We have fantasy fights. George is predominantly MMA knowledge is the older stuff, and I know hardly anything about it.
Yeah.
And my MMA knowledge is more the modern era. So we're gonna make fantasy fights. We have a wheel to pick the weight class and a wheel to pick a fighter. George has fighters that made their debut before 2010, and me after 2010.
Just to clarify, UFC debut as well.
UFC debut.
Yeah. So he gets a whole bunch of fighters. I get a whole bunch of fighters.
And we're going to argue who's going to win.
Yes. Regardless of... Now, the important thing is, I don't think that... There might be a fighter that comes up that I don't think that they could beat your guy.
Yeah.
And conversely, there might be a fighter that comes up that you don't think could beat my guy. But regardless of how we personally feel, we have to defend to the death.
To the death. It's like devil's advocate.
Exactly. You got to play devil's advocate in this. Regardless of whether you think your guy could beat the other guy, you have to fight that guy's corner. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. Passionately.
Vice versa.
Passionately.
So let's get the first spin in. That's going to pick the weight class.
This is picking the weight class.
Right, let's have a look.
So here we go. It's spinning.
It's intense.
So we've got 3 weight classes. So we've got lightweight and below, welterweight and middleweight, and then light heavyweight and above. And it has landed on lightweight and below.
Okay, so who is it? My fighter first or your fighter?
So it's your fighter first.
So my fighter's up next. If for people listening, it is on screen. If you're on Spotify and you can't see.
And here we go.
I've got 10 fighters on.
10 fighters. We've each got 10 fighters in our weight class, and it's going to be landing on
Habib Nurmagomedov. Yeah, I'd like to see you dig your way out this one, mate.
Jesus, mate.
Habib Nurmagomedov.
All right. Well, I mean, this is going to be interesting.
29-0, by the way.
All right. I really hope I get someone that is competent on the ground, and I don't get just.
You're going to get a striker.
Oh God, I hope not. But
let's have a look.
Here we go. Who's it going to land on?
BJ Penn is who you want.
That's who I want, ideally.
No way. No way, I've just called it. No, it's not. No. Just after. Jens Pulver.
Jens, come on, man. The one guy on this list who is not a wrestler, and I've got him.
I was going to say, you're going to have to educate me a little bit on Jens Pulver. What was his strengths?
Okay, so Jens Pulver is probably... He is... Or at least at the time, so we're talking about... early 2000s, 2001, 2002.
Right.
He was the he was the hardest hitting guy at 155 pounds.
Okay.
Like Habib Nurmagomedov, he might TKO people, but when this guy hit people, they didn't fucking move.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah,
but I've got no hands.
Yeah.
I have got no hands.
Yeah. So, Jens Pulver, very, very good striker. He fought early UFC. He actually fought. It was the very first bantamweight fight in UFC history, and this was. God, who did he fight at bantamweight? I can't remember the exact fight or when it was, but it was an actual official bantamweight fight.
Okay.
And then they canned that division and didn't bring it back until the WEC.
Okay.
Very, very good striker. A lot of power in his hands, and he fought BJ Penn as an underdog, big underdog. This is when BJ Penn was the prodigy, undefeated, and he beat BJ Penn, won the title.
BJ Penn isn't as good as a wrestler as Habib.
Okay, but BJ Penn is... might not be a great wrestler, but he is a very good jiu-jitsu fighter and good striker.
But I'm not gonna lie on my back, and I'm not gonna pull guard.
No, well,
I'm gonna take you down.
That's if you can take Jens Pulver down.
How am I not gonna take? Who hasn't Habib taken down apart from Renan Barão? Was it Renan Barão? No,
it wasn't Renan Barão.
That's wrong weight class.
Gleason Tebow.
It's the only person he couldn't take down.
Yeah, well, add Jens Pulver to that list.
No, he won't. He's going to take him down, he's going to ground and pound him, or you're going to submit him.
I don't believe that.
And if I do get you down, how are you going to get up? How are you going to get up?
He's got to wear... He's got... Look, I'm just... I can concede. I'm not dumb enough to concede that Habib's wrestling is far superior to Jens Pulver's. That is obvious. Obvious. But... when we're talking about grit, when we're talking about determination, and when we're talking about heart, Jens Pulver has it in spades, right?
That's irrelevant.
It's not. How is that irrelevant to the
Because
case?
Dustin Poirier had heart, and look what happened to him.
Yeah, well, Dustin Poirier is not the same fighter as Jens Pulver.
No, he's better. Next question.
Fuck me. Why did I put Jens Pulver on there? All right.
I don't know.
I mean, the fact that you got Khabib anyway is a very lucky break for you. But
Lucky.
yeah.
Skill.
But I think if we're talking about Jens Pulver, early UFC, like, I think Khabib would really struggle with him. I think Khabib might get a takedown, sure, but he's not going to finish it in the first round. I think.
No. I mean, there aren't many people who did finish the first round.
And if Jens Pulver catches Khabib, if he catches him like Dustin Poirier caught him, then yeah. I think.
Who's a better striker, Conor McGregor or Jens Pulver?
Well, Conor McGregor's the more...
And what did Khabib do to Conor McGregor?
He dropped him.
He did drop him, actually. I forgot about that.
But you look at Khabib, is Khabib that good of a striker? He uses his striking to set up his wrestling. And
yeah, but he knocked Conor McGregor down. He can knock your guy out.
I don't know, I think...
And if he doesn't, you just take him down and ground and pound him. Choke him out.
I think a lot of people, they forget about how good Jens Pulver is. Jens Pulver's in the UFC Hall of Fame. He's in the Pioneer wing. And Khabib is in the Modern wing. So, 2 Hall of Famers. But I just think people forget how good Jens Pulver was. And he fights as an underdog. Like, he was an underdog in the BJ Penn fight, even in the Carl Uno fight when he defended his title. Like, he was a massive underdog in both of those fights.
There was a reason he was an underdog. Habib's never been an underdog.
No.
I don't know that for sure.
Well,
you have to fact check that.
Yeah, well, he's undefeated, and it's undefeated until he fights Jens Pulver. But I just think that, and...
Are we going over 5 rounds?
Yeah, it's going to be a 5-round fight. So we're not talking
Did Jens Pulver even ever fight rounds?
Yeah, of course.
Or was it one of them ones where it was like first round was like 10 minutes long?
No. So when he fought BJ Penn and Carl Uno, they were... it was when they adopted the unified rules. So
5-minute rounds?
5 minute
right,
rounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you reckon I could drag you into deep waters? How are you going to fare in the 4th and 5th round after you've been gruelled upon for the last 3?
I just think...
Even if I hold you up against the cage, you're going to be so tired coming into them final rounds.
I just think Jens Pulver is a lot more about him than what people give him credit for. Like,
not in this case. This would be the most one-sided matchup, and he would get dominated on the ground and probably either TKO'd or choked out.
But he has to get to the ground first. Every fight starts standing up. If Khabib can't
it won't be for very long.
If Khabib can't get into the ground, if Jens Pulver's... Because his movement as well, his footwork is tremendous. If he's able to stay on the outside, use that jab. If Khabib comes in, you can start working his combinations. Then I think Khabib's going to struggle to get past that. Does he have the takedown defense of Gleason Tebow? Probably not. But he has to get the fight down to the ground to impose his will, because he's not going to outstrike. He's not going to outbox.
But Jens Pulver will be so reluctant to throw because he's so worried about being taken down.
I don't know.
Done. And then he will find it. He always did find it, apart from that Tebow fight. That's irrelevant. It was early on in his career.
No, I do want to say, if it was...
I'm taking prime Khabib here. The Khabib that done Dustin Poirier, done Conor McGregor, done... I don't know, that's probably the only good people he's ever beat. Edson Barboza.
Yeah.
It's a one-sided matchup.
No, I think that I don't think you're giving Jens Pulver enough credit.
I will never give Jens Pulver any credit.
He's a UFC Hall of Famer, former UFC lightweight champion.
Yeah, it was easy to get into the Hall of Fame back then.
No, I don't believe that.
You won like 3 fights and they're like, yeah, Hall of Famer.
No.
There's only like 10 people in the division.
Mate, he knocked out... If you see his knockout, I'm pretty sure it was a knockout over John Lewis, not the supermarket.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's really impressive.
But the guy that... John Lewis actually was the guy that got Dana White and the Fertittas into MMA, into Jiu-Jitsu, because they started training with John Lewis, and he got them in. So
that means nothing to me.
I'm just giving you a bit of backstory, and I'm just saying he knocked out John Lewis in 15 seconds with one of the nastiest overhand rights I have seen. If he catches Khabib with one of those, I don't care if
How's he going to catch him? How's he going to catch him with overhand right? Because by the time he loads up on one, Habib's got double leg.
Do you think Khabib's going to want to strike with Jens, though?
No, but he's going to wait for him to throw an overhand right and get double leg, take him down.
How do you know he's not going to throw an uppercut?
Smash. Need I say more?
Well, I mean, please.
This is
You've got to try and convince me here.
I don't need to convince you.
I'm defending Jens Pulver to such a significant degree then.
I don't even need to defend my guy. It's just turn up, get the job done, probably second round TKO.
I don't believe
or a submission, choke him out. Has he got no submission defense? Off his back?
He's not a submission guy, that's the thing.
Exactly, yeah. Habib pushes him up against the fence, gets double leg, takes him down.
If he takes him down.
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It was always a matter of when.
Well, it's a matter of when, if he can, a matter of when in regards to the knockout.
Is he going to jump a ghillie? No. And
but that being said, is he going to jump a ghillie? I believe in his WEC debut, he won by guillotine against Cub Swanson. He subbed Cub Swanson with guillotine in under 30 seconds.
Habib's not that stupid.
I'm pretty sure it was a guillotine. I want to say it was a guillotine.
I'll put it on screen. I can't put it on screen. It'll get taken down.
Yeah.
YouTube guidelines and all that.
You can put the Wikipedia entry. Pretty sure he beat Cub Swanson, first round, WEC debut. And the only reason that he lost the UFC title, was because he was in a contract dispute with the UFC.
Tell me about a fight he lost. Tell me about a few fights. Have you ever lost by submission?
Yes.
To who? To who?
I'm pretty sure he lost to... who did he lose to? I think he lost the decision to Uriah Faber. I will say after that WEC win, he went on a 5-fight losing streak in the WEC.
Right.
With
third round.
3 of those wins being, or 3 of those losses, or 4 of those losses being in the first round. But
Habib first round submission.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah, neither side. I think I won this one.
I think Jens Pulver knocks him out.
No chance.
I think he knocks him out. First round knockout, Jens Pulver.
This
was such a difficult one for me.
Yeah, you got shafted this time. You nearly got BJ Penn, and that you'd had a better time with BJ Penn.
That would have been much
Maybe
better.
one day.
Maybe one day I'll get a nice little matchup. But first one, it's a wrestler, probably the best wrestler in the history of the lightweight division, up against a guy who is not a wrestler. And it's just... But... I mean, I did say ride or die.
Ride or die.
Yep, and I'm saying Jens Pulver.
Well, I think that is a good time to end the first episode of the podcast.
Yeah, I think so. This was it was a lot of fun. It was it was nice to actually get to meet, because this is the first time we're actually meeting in person.
Yeah, it is, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And now that while we're here, we actually spoke earlier about Josh Hockett not going to the UFC White House press conference. Since that conversation has gone place, we've gone to the toilet and find out that he is going to the press conference now. So ignore everything I said earlier. Him and Derek Lewis will be at the presser on the Lincoln Memorial. So I look forward to that. A lot
more interesting.
A lot more entertaining. So I'm glad that's come out. So if you've already commented saying, oh no, he actually is going, I've already beaten you to it. Thanks very much.
Watch the whole clip.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment and subscribe, and wherever you're watching this podcast, you can get it anywhere apart from Apple Music, because I don't know how to upload this to Apple Music, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yeah. But it will be on Spotify, YouTube, and that's it, I think. Follow our socials as well, Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
The 8 Sides Podcast.
8 Sides Podcast.
We'll see you all next time.
Yeah. See you guys later. Bye.